Alright, welcome back. We are looking at chapter 6.4, factoring polynomials. Alright, this one says determine whether this binomial is a factor of the polynomial p of x. Alright, long story short, because of your knowledge now of synthetic division, we're going to employ that. Now I want you to think about, before I start this, that when something, okay, is a factor, right? Let's take a very simple number like 8. Well, how do you know 4 is a factor? Well, if you divide 8 by 4, it goes in twice, right? Nothing's left over, a remainder of 0. And this right here tells you, yep, 4 goes in perfectly. You try and throw in a 2 in there, a 3, goes in twice, right? You're left with 2 as a remainder, and this right here indicates, nope, 3 is not a factor. So we're going to use this whole division appreciation, specifically synthetic division, to prove whether this is or is not a factor by looking at the remainder. If it's 0, it's a factor. If it's not, it's not. Okay? Alright. So you guys are awesome at this synthetic division, so let's go to town. Alright? We'll just jump to the gun. Alright. 5, negative 20, negative 5, and 20. Again, through division, synthetic division, we're going to see if this divides this perfectly. If it does, there should be no remainder, okay, or a remainder of 0. Alright, like we looked at in class, we bring this guy down, we multiply, blam, add on 0, multiply 0, add on, bring it down, multiply negative 20, and sure enough, we look at this spot right here, the remainder, and because it's a 0, it is a factor. Yes, it is. Alright, let's go and keep marching. Factor this bad boy. Alright, I think you guys are pretty strong at factoring. Nonetheless, let's look at this one. Alright, what you want to do is you do want to notice that there's 4 terms. Alright, you want to look at the first 2 terms and decide what is the greatest common factor. Okay, this is x cubed, this is 5x squared, so they at least have an x squared in common. So I'm going to factor that out, which leaves him with an x and him with the 5. Right. Next, I'm going to observe that the negative 9x and the negative 45 both have a negative 9 in common, which leaves me with an x and a plus 5 there. All right. Again, the word factor implies division, so, or is division. Okay, it's synonymous with division. So once I've done that, okay, I factored out from these 2 terms and these 2 terms. Now I take a look and I notice that he is the same as this guy, right? So right now we have essentially 2 factors, right? This guy and this guy. And if I really look at them, I find that they have a factor in common, so I can factor that out, right? So I'm gonna factor it out, which means he's gone, right? Because I have factored it out, divided it out, and I read what's left over, which is x squared minus 9. X squared minus 9. Alright? Done and done. Let's march forward. Alright, next up, I've got a factoring the sum and difference of 2 cubes formulas. Okay? They're going to come in handy, so you do want to pause the video here and jot this down. Right? I am going to put them to use here, so let's go ahead and see how that works. Right? Again, sum, the addition, the difference is there, and 2 cubes. 1 cube, 2 cubes, 1 cube, 2 cubes. Alright? Alright. I factor the expression. Alright. Let's see here. We've got 81x to the 6th plus 24x cubed y cubed. So the question is, what do we do here? Alright. So the first thing I want to do is, let's see. There's a lot of stuff that I can take out. Let's observe what we can do that with. Alright, let's go ahead and just continue factoring out the GCF, right? So what do they have in common, 81 and 24? Definitely a 3. And in terms of x's, they at least have x cubed in common. Alright? So if I divide 81 by 3, I'm left with 27. X to the 6th divided by x cubed means I just subtract the exponent, so I'm left with x cubed plus 24 divided by 3 is 8, and X cubed divided by x cubed is gone, so I'm left with y cubed. Alright? Next, I'm going to bring this down. I'm going to observe that he's a perfect cube, so is he, so is he, so is he. Okay? So I'm going to come in here and describe 27 as 3 cubed, or excuse me, let me kind of hold off on that. 3x, this whole quantity cubed. Okay, because 3 cubed is 27 and x cubed is x cubed. Plus, right, 2y that cubed. Alright, notice what happens here. 2 cubed is 8, y cubed is y cubed. Alright, now if you jotted down the previous formulas, you'll see some connection here, right? So this is a sum of 2 cubes. So let's go and apply that, right? Now it tells me that when I have that, I can go and substitute it in with this expression. So it's a plus b, right? So then, let me grab a different color. All of this is a, and all of this is b, all right? So once again, this guy's a factor onto itself, so let's just bring him along. 3x cubed, all right? Now this portion here, all right, is going to come directly from the formula. So the formula tells me, right, I have a cubed plus b cubed, right? A cubed plus b cubed, so I can put in, so whatever a is, add it to b. So let me do that first. A plus b. What is a? 3x. What is b? 2y. Right? After that, it says, hey, go ahead and put in a squared minus ab plus b squared. Alright? So let me get the signs taken care of so I don't get confused. So it's a minus and a plus. Right, so a minus and a plus. And up front is a squared, which is 3x, right? That's a squared. Next I need in the middle ab. So I'm going to put a, and I'm going to put b. And lastly, I do need a b squared, which is 2y squared. Alright, so let's go and take care of that. Alright, this turns out to be 9x squared. This turns out to be negative 6xy. And this guy in the back, ooh, I hope you caught that. If you did, you're on point, okay, by following the formula. It happens to be 2y by b squared, and that's what I missed. Alright, so it would be plus 4y squared. Alright, if you didn't catch it, look back at my mistake and ask yourself, what did he do wrong? And it'll put you in a better place. But I did have a mistake there. You can rewind. Alright, and we're done with that. Let me just double check here. We've got, alright, so we've done what we could. That job is done. Let's go look at this next one. Right, now I am going to be referring to the formula chart, so let me kind of drag that a little closer to home here. Alright, let's see here. Alright, so with this next one, it says factor the following expression as a difference of 2 cubes and simplify each factor. Alright, so this is something cubed minus some expression, right? Well, you're gonna get really good at identifying perfect cubes. So then in this case I can easily rewrite it as 2x minus 1 cubed minus 3 cubed. Alright, so in case you haven't picked up on, this is my a cubed, this part in here is my b. So now I have, right, difference of 2 cubes, I have a cubed minus the difference of another b cubed. Okay, so wherever I need an a, I'll put in this. Wherever I need a b, I'll put in this. Alright people, let's go ahead and march forward. Now I am going to need to apply the formula, and notice what this is: a cubed minus b cubed. A cubed minus b cubed. Alright, whoops, I got lost here. Where am I? Alright, there I am. Okay, so up in front I need an a minus b. That shouldn't be a problem. Alright, so equals a minus b. Alright, a 2x minus 1. Alright, I'm substituting, so I'm simply gonna put parentheses and b. Alright, that part is done. Now I do need a squared plus ab plus b squared. So I'm gonna put the pluses real quick. Alright, I'm gonna put a plus, close it out. I'm gonna come back in here, and now I need an a squared, ab, and b squared. Okay, I think I got this memorized. So I need an a squared. So this is a squared. In the middle I need ab, so 2x minus 1, a 3, and then lastly I need a b squared, which is b squared. Okay, I'm careful not to make the mistake here again. And now let's have some fun and just carry out the math. So, excuse me. Up in here, alright, we have basically 2x minus 1 minus 3, so that's 2x minus 4. In here we have, this is going to be required to FOIL, so this is 2x minus 1 times itself, so it's 2x times 2x, which is 4x squared. Then I get a minus 2x, right? This is just a FOIL process. I'm shooting through it so I don't eat up your time. Here I have 3 times this expression, so I'm going to have plus 6x minus 3, right? It distributes. And then lastly I have plus 9 right here at the end. Okay? Alright, so this guy's pretty much intact, so we'll leave him alone. Alright, let's go ahead and see what we can do in here. So we can definitely combine these two. He's the only x, well actually we can combine him with this guy as well. So let's do that part. So nobody links with the 4x squared, he's done. That's minus 4x with a plus 6, so that's plus 2x. Done, done, and done, and then I can link these 3. So I have 1 with this is negative 2, with that is 7. And people, we're done. Thank you for your time. I'll see you tomorrow. If you have questions, please ask. Bye-bye.